as at that time we were expecting results, we were expecting response from them. And the day they sent the mail, I didn't know my husband already saw the email. I think we were preparing for something, so I didn't want to disturb. Like I didn't want to change the whole atmosphere with that kind of news, so I had to keep it to myself, not knowing that he already saw the mail before me because he has access to my my email. So he already saw it. He now unread it.
Exactly.
It was later on that I saw it. I was moody, I was not happy. I even cried at some point, but I just had to leave it to God. So when I went upstairs and then I told him that they've sent a response, and I said, I know. The way he responded, I was angry. I know. We just have to find a way. No, not find a way, but it just when you just said like we just have to move on. Move on. They just told me unfortunately because you will hear unfortunately.
Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Sam.
My name is Yemi.
And we are
the Faf Tribe.
We are a young migrant couple in the United Kingdom. We got married in our early 20s. We share about our life's journey, love's processes, faith, purpose, finance for young people, whatever young people can, watch and be inspired by, and everything in the middle from beginning to end. We hope that you're able to learn one or two things. If you are new to our YouTube channel, we are happy to see you. Welcome to the family. If you don't mind, you join us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are so glad to have you. If you are new, let us know in the comment section where you are watching us from. Thank you very much and God bless you.
So today we'll be talking about life updates, how things have been so far, the progress we've made so far, our jobs, and the struggles we faced and how we've been able to scale through. All right, so I think I'll just start with my work experience so far. And I got into the UK July 2024.
Yeah.
And from there, we were still chilling, as per newcomer, trying to adapt to the new environment, people around, friends, even though we didn't really make friends. The friends I have is number one, my husband, church members, So from there, after 1 month, within that period, we were already looking out for jobs,
Yes.
And we didn't just stay in one sector. But one thing I got to know was that, I've had one experience before, that's from Nigeria. I volunteered for a non-governmental organization that's Caris and Elios, and they've really helped me to grow in the official setting, and what we did majorly was to place calls through to customers, to people who will be coming for this training, the training they conducted for women. So from there, I was able to, interact with people, and from there, it was still under that customer service body, So having to come to the United Kingdom, we had to build my CV around that sector. But even before I got here, I already did some training because, before I traveled, I already did some courses, online courses back in Nigeria in line with the customer service sector. So I had that certification already. So having to add it to my experience in Nigeria, we had to tailor that CV and, just to work on it. So we were sending applications, applying for jobs, not just in that sector actually, because you can't just, this is United Kingdom. There are different areas that you can, explore.
Yeah, find expression.
You can find it,
yes, in different sectors.
Yes, and luckily they help with training, so it's not like you need to have that experience before they can.
The experience is important.
It's important,
but you don't necessarily need to have all the years of experience. You will still be trained for whatever you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was able to apply for customer service roles and also the care sector, support worker, care jobs. So we just explored different areas, but thankfully
we're praying for.
Yeah,
we're praying for the customer service thing. At some point, all we did was customer service all through. At some point when it looked like customer service was not pulling through, we now had to revise and say, should we add support worker to the whole stream?
Even though I didn't really like it, because
exactly.
They are trying, those people, they are trying, you are trying. So I even got an interview for the support work But then, even when they called, one of the issue I had was, having to adapt to their accent. When they called me for the interview, I was on the call. Thank God my husband was there.
That day was terrible, bros.
My husband,
Brothers and sisters.
he was a bit frustrated. I could see it in his eyes. I said, just wait, let's finish this call first. Because, I'm not used to this accent. No. Are you speaking in tongues?
They will be talking on phone and she'll be looking at me. I said, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Listen.
Because I was not sure. I didn't even hear. And it won't be very professional for me to be saying, can you come again?
Pardon?
What did he say? Pardon. Even
Pardon?
though I say...
They know they hear hell.
They know they hear hell. And if you continue saying sorry, excuse me, sorry, I didn't hear that. It doesn't sound professional.
Put people off.
Yeah, they will think that this person is not capable of doing this job. So I had that struggle, and from the start I was already praying that, God, please just help me, because I don't even know how I want to do it. That there's this reaction whenever they speak. I just like I just want to hear what they are saying and try to understand them. But gradually we are getting there. So when I went for the interview, that one was easy, because I had to prepare, watched YouTube videos on how to answer their questions, things like that. So I went for the interview with all confidence that I have the backing of the Holy Spirit. My husband has been able to help me to at some point to figure out the answers, how to answer them. So I got there, they asked me these questions. I was happy that I've nailed it.
I think you nailed it.
I did, actually, because
I think you nailed it because the responses were on point. The thing that I think they considered was because we said we are not working on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because Sundays, we already settled it that any work that will take us out of church, we will not do. You see, so they asked her, are you available to work weekends? That's when she started explaining that Sundays I go to church with my family. I know that
these ones, they like work.
Yes, so
you have 24/7, 24 hours. They are always at work. They are always, though they are shifts, there are time differences. But
so I think you prepared well for the
interview,
and you did well, obviously. But that particular thing was yes.
So as at that time, we were expecting results. We were expecting response from them. And the day they sent the mail, I didn't know my husband already saw the email. I think we were preparing for something, so I didn't want to disturb. I didn't want to change the whole atmosphere with that kind of news, so I had to keep it to myself, not knowing that he already saw the mail before me, because he has access to my my email. So he already saw it. He now unread it.
Exactly.
It was later on that I saw it. I was moody, I was not happy. I even cried at some point, but I just had to leave it to God. So when I went upstairs and then I told him that they've sent a response, and I said, I know. The way he responded, I was angry. I know. We just have to find a way. No, not find a way, but it just, when you just said we just have to move on. Move on. They just told me, unfortunately, because you will hear unfortunately a lot. It's just by God. You will hear. It's not even a matter of.
It's part of the process.
Yeah, it's part of it. So you keep hearing unfortunate, but for this one,
you are not unfortunate, but at least that's the response. When you don't get a job, is it unfortunately?
Yeah,
so that's why
able to continue with this and that. So because it got to me, because I got to that point of going for the interview and seeing these people, and you thought you've nailed it, just expecting congratulations, but then got to that point where I saw unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry.
When I heard this man say
sorry.
Thank you. When I heard him say, I've seen it, we just have to move on. I was expecting him to, pet me, say, don't worry, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Baba just faced laptop, he just continued his own. I don't know, I was angry, but I couldn't speak up. I was just keeping it to my mind. Let me just calm down. But then everything just flared up, but we were able to settle it. After the whole thing, I spoke up, even though he asked me first that, what's wrong? So I spoke up. I told him that I was not really comfortable with how he responded to my feelings and all. So we settled it, and we just let that go, trusting God for a better one. So we continued the application, we didn't stop until that afternoon, that fateful afternoon. My husband was at work, I was in the room, I was just cleaning, I was beside the bed, I just bent down, and then I just saw a text message. Like, who gives an offer, a job offer, through text message? So I saw the message, I saw, congratulations, you've been selected, this and that. I saw it because remember I did one interview too online. It was not really an interview, but then we checked and we saw that it was a scam. So I was thinking that it's just one of those, one of those scams. So I didn't really take note, but then my mind was still there. So I checked, they had their name on it. So I checked online, I checked TikTok, then I sent it to my husband to let him know that I got this text. So he checked it too, and we saw that they said we should be expecting a mail. So mail still looks more official than sending a text message. Yes. So we later got the email. We later got the email, and we saw that this is becoming a serious thing. So we waited, we were patient with it. Then the process started, and down to when they asked us to print out some things, send some signatures, get some reference here in the UK. So those were the things I put together to complete the application. At that time, we were not still sure because it still felt like a dream. This one, I didn't go for a major interview. It was just online. I just did some tests. It was even my husband, that helped me with this, because we were doing the application in different ways. So it got to that point where still the application was ongoing, down to the time they said they were going to send me a monitor, that's a computer that I'm going to use to work from home. It was when they brought it that it all became real, that I've actually gotten this job. So I'm really thankful to God for that opportunity. And one thing I've learned from there is that if you have the chance to volunteer for anything good, anything that would benefit you, you should try your best to do it, because you don't know if that's what will lead you to what you will be doing in the future.
So for me, it's been interesting journey from November. I moved into the country in November 2022. Started my master's course in January, and it was for 2 years. I had my master's in bioinformatics. So the idea is, I stay in Liverpool. I'm schooling in Middlesbrough, Seaside University. So I went from Liverpool to Middlesbrough at least, I think 3 times a week. 3 times a week, 3 hours to 3 hours through. You see, I did that in 2023. It was a very, very difficult moment because I needed to work as well. I needed to pay school fees. I needed to survive. So I did that, and sometimes you go to school and you are very tired. You travel. Thank God for people that God used certain people for me. So anytime I go to school, I can stay there for like 2 days before I come back. There's this brother that God used for me. His name is Ogunlolu Boyega. Yeah. So I don't know if you know him, tell him thank you for me. So he was the one that allowed me to stay in his place. I stayed in his place, and it was helpful, to be honest. So I would go 3 days, come back the third day, go 3 days, come back the third day, or go 1 day. I was just doing it, but it was difficult because the first job I got in the UK was a cleaning job, because I was looking for money. I needed to pay my school fees. I needed to sort things out. So I got a cleaning job. I just needed money, you see. But even the cleaning job could not do much, but at least it was something, you see. So I remember my first money in cleaning job, I sent money to this girl. I sent money on I just wanted that, my first money must not be money that I used to, they say it got tea. My language is say, the money that a young man first gets is used to eat bean cake, akara. I didn't want to use my own to eat akara. So I used my own to invest in people's lives, even though we're family people. So I just sent some money to her, sent some money to my parents. I just did that, just to show that, thank God, this is my first fruits in the land, even though it was from a place I didn't like. So I did cleaning for 3 months because I wanted to stop, because that woman, the cleaning woman, already liked me. I said, don't like me. Don't like me.
Not what I want.
I'm doing it for survival. I'm doing it because I needed to do it, because I needed money, So I started a bank job. When I say bank job, I mean a job that was not full time. They give me shifts as it's available. So it was a support worker job, support worker role. So I started that gradually. Started saving some money for school fees, just putting things together gradually. It wasn't the easiest, but God was the pioneer, and He's always going to be the perfecter. So I thank God. The journey, I can reflect now and see that God was in the journey. It was in the middle of that God was telling me, "Yeah, go and get married." I said, "Sir." I had stopped the cleaning job. I said I was not going to do that again. I think I did healthcare assistant for like 3 weeks, 3 months. It was tough. I say, wow, bami. So I stopped care as well. Went into support. Support is much more lenient. You're supporting people, especially when you do it for people that you're bringing people back to being independent. So it's like you're supporting them. You have to learn a lot of courses to be able to support them well, that kind of thing. But healthcare is not like it's bad. Like I said, it's not like it's bad. It's not just for everybody. So that was there. I continued to save. There's this brother, my brother of mine, brother will say, I worked through the summer. I did really work. I was fashion. So I enter from one point, I'm going to another point. I was working, making money, and they were taxing me a lot. So, but I needed to do it because of school fees, So I even joined a job. I joined the UK. Put money together, all those kind of things. Thrift, they call it thrift, I think. So they do that. I just did that so I can save some money. I can have some money to pay school fees. Anyway, second year, I got married in the second year. That was 2024. I got married in the midst of all of that. Some people think that you're already stable. That's why you got married. No, I was not stable when I got married. It was getting better, but I was not yet stable. You see? So, but I knew God wanted me to get married, and I went for it. I went to get married. We thank God we are here now. I finished my master's.
Hooray!
January 2025 with a distinction.
Scholar!
So, in the midst of all of that, God still crowned our efforts with success, good success. So, I thank God, because even last year, I didn't go to school at all. I did my internship in University of Manchester for 3-4 months, but I was still going until like July or June. So I was supposed to resume back to school. But when I checked train tickets, I was in £40 just to go. £40. I say, not me. So because I didn't have the money, And Yemi had just come. I think she was doing training that time. No. I said, I can't cope. I don't have the money, that kind of thing anyway. So, but I didn't go to school at all. I was following from online, just trying to catch up with things. My friends.
Not like you didn't want to go.
No, not like I didn't want to go. I didn't have the extra money to go. Anyway, but in the midst of all of that, God sent favor. My supervisor liked me. Another supervisor from somewhere I didn't know liked me. That's why favor can make work easier. Favor can make things easier. So I did a fantastic project. I had 85%. That kind of thing, mind blowing, And now we're even looking forward to publishing the project as a proper article in a journal. So it's humbling. It's humbling, my people. So I just finished my master's. Somebody was saying that your master was so long ago. Are you not done? Well, I just finished my master's. Thank you very much for asking. Graduation is later in the year, and we are trusting God that it's going to be a great one. In the midst of all of that, I can only give thanks to God, because definitely it wasn't an easy journey. And usually when we are looking for ease, we're only trying to be lazy. Because I was thinking about it, that if all that our earthly father gives us is milk, bread, we'll be too lazy. Everything just giving us, and we don't have the ability to think by ourselves. We don't have the ability to be trained. So when God takes us through this process, is to train us. So and thank God for obedience and for following Jesus. We have been trained by it. We are still getting trained by it. My wife joined me in my 1 bedroom when she came. thank God for the wife that I have. She didn't put too much pressure on me to get a place or anything. At least we know we are just starting. And when the avenue came to get a better place, it's not the best that God can give us, but we like this place as well. So we are thankful because we moved here like a month ago now, and then it's been amazing. Trust me, it's been amazing. It's been quiet, but at least, it's just both of us, the Holy Spirit. We enjoy ourselves. We have just started honeymoon.
Yeah.
Glory to God.
Because people are saying that this is the time that you know that, okay, you're having your honeymoon.
Yes.
You're experiencing it now.
Yes. So we thank God. We thank God for that. And Yemi started a business.
Yay.
Yeah. So
I didn't shout there. Yay.
Okay. That because God deserves all the praise. Because yes, she started a business, our hairstyling business, and God has been faithful. She has been having good clients. She has been making an impact, making a statement with her job. If you want to check her out, it's made by Ida on TikTok Instagram. And yeah, exactly, made by Ida, made by IDA on Instagram and TikTok. If you're in Liverpool, anywhere, people coming from close to Manchester to make their hair. So because our hands are anointed.
Right.
So I
remember when I just got here and I was, how everywhere is silent. And I brought my card. I made some complimentary cards from Nigeria. So I was thinking that how am I going to get clients here with the way everywhere there's nothing like hi. You can't see your neighbor outside. Everyone is always indoors. So I was just telling God that please just bring my clients. Just bring my clients to me. And thankfully we got referrals from church, from there to friends, church friends, and people around, and everything just
people from TikTok. A lot of people from TikTok, because people just started reaching out from TikTok. Okay, this how much will you do it? You see, we are in a digital age, so if you are doing a business, it's not just you have to put it where people are, basically. So, and we thank God. What challenges are you facing in your job? And
in my job, oh my God. It is the Lord that is holding me. He's holding my hand. There's this song my husband released. Jesus is holding me by the hand.
He's holding you by the hand.
Because left to me, please, I can't, do more than, I don't have much strength though. Because, I've got to, I'm still adapting though to their accents. You see, I'm shaking my head. Sometimes I have to, strain my ears, see the way I'm doing my face reaction. Because for example, you want to say, I'm using the Nigerian accent now, Southport. You say Southport. What's Southport? When I just started, I remember I will have to ask them,
can you spell it?
Can you help with this? Can you help with this spelling, please? And they'll be wondering that, why are you asking me to spell?
Some of them are illiterate. They don't know how to spell.
Yeah, they don't know how to spell.
Yes.
You're just seeing packages. I know. I've got to understand that you just have to be thankful with what you have, because you are thinking that you are not advantaged. Meanwhile, the people you are seeing out there that they are it's a lie. It's a lie. Just be thankful for your own process. Be thankful for where you are. Thank God for where you are. Because some of they'll lie on, they are dyslexic. They can't. They won't even say they can't spell because they don't want to fall their hand. So they will say they are dyslexic. So I should find the spelling myself. And thankfully, I just try to some of them, because there are different characters. There are some you meet them with, they are cool-headed, but there are some they will just lose as if they want to fight you. I'm just thankful about that. This job is a work from home job. I don't have to see them. So we do every communication on phone. So most of them, when they come and they are just being cranky, they are just shouting at you, they want their query sorted. I'm not the one that is causing all your problem. I'm here to help you. But then, having to adapt to those accents, having to adapt to places, because, I have to know names of places here. And me, I only know Agbado Jaye. I know Agege. I know Lagos. Oshodi. Yanopaja. So all of that, I have to adapt to it. And it was not, to be honest, it was not really easy at some point. Because I remember when I started, I was just always playing. At that period when I started, when I started taking calls after the training, Hallelujah Challenge was on. So every morning when I wake up, I'll just plug into Hallelujah Challenge as I'm trying to log in. I just try to, calm myself,
Calm down.
just calm myself, because there are sometimes I cry. I get to cry that how am I going to survive with this?
And this was the job you were praying for.
Job. I was going to point out something to that you are complaining and you are praying to God to give you something. Are you ready, or do you have the strength to sustain that thing that you are requesting for? If God gives you, or if God answers your prayer, is it that you be complaining that it's too much, or you be complaining that it's not enough? Meanwhile, you were the one that requested for that thing. So, and if there's one, I remembered, my command of English was not really strong.
Yeah.
So I needed something that was going to boost that area, boost me in that area, and for me to be able to be sound in communication. So God bringing this kind of job to me is just like an area of an avenue for me to, improve myself in that area. So having that kind of mindset, that was one thing that was still, encouraging me to be thankful and to be content that this is what you prayed for. So God has given you, so you should not complain. You should not complain about it. So I remember all of that, and those are the things that were encouraging me, that were pushing me when I started, even though I cried. Sometimes in the cold, because the weather was cold, and then I have to wake up every morning.
And where your workspace was,
my workspace
actually
was
is cold.
really cold.
Yes.
So I have to wear my winter jacket, I have to wear my gloves, wear head warmer. So all of that were just adding up, and it felt like I was not doing so well. But then I just kept pushing, and I just thank God for, at some point where I think after a month, I had someone who came through for me. She was more like a team leader in our company, and she was able to lecture me. It was like a one-on-one session. She's also African, so she had experienced all of those things. I think she has been into the job for like 2 years, so she has experienced all of those things.
That face.
Yeah, because there are some people that they are racist, so when they hear your accent, they don't want to speak to you, or they just speak rudely to you, that who is this person I'm talking to, like why are you working in this kind of. There's someone that has challenged me that are you working in the government sector, and you are this, you are that. When they hear they are even trying to defend themselves that they are not being racist, but that's a lie. That's a lie. So she was able to put me through that. It was really a therapeutic session. At that time I had to take off all of those challenges from my chest, just shed it off and take on that encouragement that I can do it, because it's something I love doing. So I shouldn't be discouraged by all of these things, because those are the things that will even build me up. If everything is all smooth, I didn't experience those rashes, I won't be able to manage it when it comes, when it comes all of a sudden. So she was able to help me to, face those challenges, to understand how it comes and how I'm going to face them, how to manage them. So since then, I've been able to, just push myself up. If you are coming to me, but I will give you back to back. I'm not fighting with you, but then, having to
just stand
manage
up
them.
to.
Yeah, they call it call control. You have to be in control of that call. I remember her saying, she was emphasizing on it, you have to be in control, because when you're sounding timid, you're sounding scared, they will just, their voice will overshadow you, and they will want to, challenge you. They will want to get you scared. You will now be confused. You won't be able to know. You won't know what you are doing.
Yes, I remember one of those times when she was facing all of that. Me, I was not pampering anybody because usually when you pamper people, you make them feel like okay, no. In the midst of all of that, I was letting her know that she's doing well, but she should know that you are not escaping from this. You have to stand up to this. It's not. There is no way out. The only way out is that you stand up. The only way out is that you grow, and now she's enjoying the job. At least she has a better workspace now, and very relaxed workspace, and she's doing well for herself.
And even their accent, I'm adapting to.
Yeah, she's
adapting to tell
exactly
them to spell some.
Yes,
you can't.
It's getting better. You see, the thing with life is that it gets better, provided one does what one should do. Provided you go through the process.
Yes.
If you don't go through the process, that process that you ignore, you will still come back to it. It's just life. For example, you were telling God, oh, you want to develop your command of English, and you also want to be able to speak properly, speak better. Having a YouTube channel now, it's that improvement is working for this. You know, it works for every other thing. You're going to have clients that are white, clients that are British. You know, you be saying, you know, so everything now begins to work together. You see? So, I mean, that's where we are. I'm on my journey of probably getting a PhD. Also I'm upskilling, seeing whether I can just land a role very soon. But also doing a YouTube channel also alongside my current job, you know, just to make sure that one is being effective, because life doesn't stop. Inflation will not stop because you're a believer. If you don't begin to see how that light in you will come out, I mean, it is what it is. All right. So I hope that we've learned something from this journey. We hope that probably in 6 months again we'll do another life update, or in 1 year again. You know, when things have changed a bit, maybe, you know, we don't know. So so thank you very much. When I say things change, please, things get better. In this place, things don't get worse. No. The part of the just that is shining light that shines brighter and brighter. Okay, so glory to God. I'll see you in our next video. Bye.